The playing of our national anthem just prior to this Class 8A state semifinal as the Panthers of Palmetto take on the Warriors. Kelly Neff along with Mike Estes, and I know, Mike, these 8A teams, these are what you're used to because your school at Eastlake is the 8A is an 8A team, and so what can you tell us about these two squads?
This year in the regular season, but I know that they're very, very tough teams, and I'm looking at probably a pitcher's duel here in this game.
Well, I know that Palmetto has been here many times before. Now, Jupiter has not been here ever at all. And these two teams, like we mentioned, are polar opposites as Jupiter goes after. Actually, it's not only its first championship, they've never even been to the Final Four. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for Palmetto, who will be batting first, leading off will be the shortstop, Kelsey Bogards. Batting second at position is the pitcher, Meg Parker. Batting third in center field is Gabriella Spallone. Batting fourth will be the catcher, Emily Rodriguez. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Brittany Goolsby. Batting sixth and playing in left field is Megan Greenwell. The designated player bats seventh, that's Nicole Tate. Batting eighth and playing third base is Rachel Blackburn. And batting ninth and playing second base, Emily Gezzi. The defense for Jupiter out on the field. In the outfield left to right is Marissa Timoteo, Devin Williams, and Brandy Lufong. In the infield third to first, it'll be Savannah Stone, Lauren Fry, Brianna Reno, and Casey McMullen. The catcher is Alex Arciola, and the pitcher is Kylie Hansen. Taking a look at Hansen's totals for the year. An 0.65 earned run average, 225 strikeouts, only 21 walks in 150 and 2/3 innings. Those are pretty impressive statistics.
Yeah, I know Miss Hansen from travel ball. She has very good speed and a great rise ball.
Well, she'll need her best today to take care of these Palmetto Panthers. First pitch is going to be popped up, and the first baseman, McMullen, will camp under it, and there's one pitch and one out in the first inning. Here comes the opposing pitcher, Meg Parker. Parker is hitting at .400, 4 home runs on the year, 32 runs driven in. Right-handed batter, and that one will be a strike ball. Not too many batters go after the first pitch, but Bogarts did.
Yeah, usually you want to settle in a little bit and see what she has.
There's a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2.
Yeah, Parker with 32 RBIs in the 2 spot, that's pretty impressive.
You take a look at their 2, 3, and 4, and the RBI totals are 32, 31, and 40 respectively. That's pretty good.
That's very good.
Count 1 ball, 2 strikes on Parker. This is an 8A semifinal. They're going to kind of break routine a little later in the day. There's a pitch upstairs. Usually they go like 8A, 4A, 8A, 4A. But today they go 8A, then the 2 4As, then the last 8A tonight. There's the pitch, and that one's lined into right field. That one's in there for extra bases. Parker rounds first, rounds second. She's going to head on into third, and she'll have a stand-up triple.
Great piece of hitting.
I was just going to see how many triples. That's 5 triples this year.
It's a great piece of hitting there. Let the ball get deep in the zone, went with it, drove it down the line.
And we have our first left-handed batter of the ball game, Gabriella Spallone, hitting .544. No home runs, but 31 driven in. Pitcher is Hansen, and the ball goes low. We have a left-handed catcher. First time we've seen one of those in any of our games this week.
Yeah, Chamberlain's catcher last night, which we didn't do that game, their catcher is actually left-handed.
There's the pitch, fouled away. So what does that do on attempted steals? They say in baseball, the ball will sail a certain way towards second base.
Actually, I got to correct myself, Kelly. She hits left-handed, throws right-handed. I'm sorry, that's Lindsay Hagberg. I got confused there for a minute.
So does it do anything on a throw to second? Does it sail away from the shortstop or second baseman?
Yeah, it's going to have a little. Yeah, correct. It's going to have a little different movement than a right-handed catcher. If they have more than one catcher, it's something they'll have to get used to.
Pitcher looks the runner back, fires to first, and a good play by pitcher Kylie Hansen, who knew exactly what to do with that one.
And you see Kylie's working the rise ball quite a bit, and like I said, I think that's probably her go-to pitch in 2-strike situations.
Here comes catcher Emily Rodriguez. .419 batting average, 1 home run. She has 40 runs batted in on the season. Played 28 games, so she's obviously produced just about every game. Nice looking swing, but she swung right through it.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the timing there. She just missed hitting that pretty well.
0-1 as Kylie Hansen delivers. Off-speed pitch misses outside, and it's 1-1. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Spending Mother's Day at the ballpark. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that one is hit weakly towards second. Going to have to hurry, throw over to first base. Second baseman Reno actually fell to her knee before she finally was able to make the play.
Yeah, that turned out to be an unusual looking play, huh?
Yes, it did. Well, they wasted the triple. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as we go to the bottom of the first. Let's take a look at that Jupiter batting order. Leading off will be the center fielder, Devin Williams. Batting second and playing second base is Brianna Reno. Casey McMullen is the first baseman. She'll bat third. Lauren Fry, the shortstop, will hit in the number 4 spot. Batting fifth, the catcher, Alex Arciola. Batting sixth will be Kylie Hansen, the pitcher. Marissa Timoteo, the left fielder, will bat in the number 7 spot. Batting eighth is the designated player, Teresa Samstang. Savannah Stone is the third baseman. She'll bat ninth. And the non-hitting right fielder is Brandy Lufong. So that's your starting lineup for the 23-6 Warriors of Jupiter. Defensively, as Palmetto takes the field. In the outfield, left to right, is Megan Greenwell, Gabriella Spallone, and Brittany Goolsby. The infield, third to first, is Rachel Blackburn, Kelsey Bogars, Emily Gessie, and Nicole Pepe. The catcher is going to be Emily Rodriguez. And on the mound, in the pitching circle, is Meg Parker. Now, Meg Parker this year has an ERA of 3.19, which goes, that's a little high.
Yeah, it seems to be. You know, depending on maybe the way they kept their book. You know, maybe that isn't that accurate. You know, they may have not been as generous with errors as maybe they should have been.
Well, she struck out 153 in 136 innings, but she's also walked 79. And from what we've seen on stats from other teams this year, that also is a little high.
Yeah, and that could have a little bit to do with the earned run average.
Oh, that's right. A lot of walks in there.
Yeah, a lot of walks, and that translates into earned runs.
So as you look at that as a coach, do you tell your batters to take some pitches, be a little more patient?
Definitely be patient, make her come at you.
First batter is Devin Williams, and that'll be a strike with the letters. 409 batting average, no home runs, 12 runs driven in. I think with that pitch we've established this is a high ball umpire.
Yeah, that pitch was up in the zone a little bit.
Yeah. See if Meg Parker can pick up on that. There's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Yeah, Parker didn't look real comfortable on that swing, like maybe she was looking for a different pitch. Looked like she was a little off balance.
So she'll step back in. Down to the count, no balls, 2 strikes, left-handed hitter. Plays center field for Jupiter. And Parker misses outside, and it's 1-2. A lot of wind always seems to be blowing out towards left field, and it's doing that again today, left and center.
Yeah, it's strong wind. It's been strong wind every game.
Yes, it has been. Up here on the top of the hill. Here's the pitch, 1-2, and she pops that one into left field. It's in for a base hit. The diving Greenwell let it get by her. She may circle the bases. This might be an inside the park home run. They're going to try her, and she's going to make it easily. The ball doesn't even get into the infield. An inside the park home run for Devin Williams. Well, Coach, it's all where you put it, huh?
Yeah, the cardinal sin for an outfielder is you don't dive on the lines unless you know you have it. That's a tough play for that left fielder.
Greenwell tried to make the stop, could not do it, and Williams thus gets an inside the park home run. That brings us to Brianna Reno hitting at .346, no home runs, 12 driven in. Well, nothing like getting your team off to a rousing start, huh?
And you know, that's been like the common denominator so far in all the games we've done, is the leadoff hitters have done their job.
Well, Reno, also a left-handed batter. Pitch high and tight is 1-0. Of course, on that home run, and maybe you can't fault Greenwell because the batter Williams did go to the opposite field.
Yeah, and they were playing center fielders playing tight, so she had no chance of getting to help out backing up. With a left-handed hitter, you're expecting her not to drive the ball as a leadoff.
Pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Reno. Number 2 batter in the lineup for Coach Steve Ahern. Here's the pitch, and that one, she took something off of that one for a strike. And it is 2-1.
And Parker seems to be just working, they're working outside corner on both these lefties.
And the delivery to Reno. Off-speed pitch, looked pretty good. It's a strike.
Yeah, it looks like the umpire's going to call that pitch up around the little bit above the belt, maybe a little bit higher. That's where he's comfortable with it being a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Reno. And she lofts this one to shallow right field. The second baseman, guess he will park under it and make the catch for the first out of the inning. Here comes Casey McMullen. She's the first baseman, hitting at .388. No home runs, 17 runs batted in. Oh, McMullen, another left-handed batter. What, they have all left-handers in this lineup?
Yeah, a lot of coaches like to have that top 2, top 3 hitters left-handed. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense once you get some base runners.
You always have that extra step towards first base as well, or even 2 steps. And she bunts that one right back to the pitcher. Parker flips over to the second baseman, Gessie covering. And there's 2 gone in the first inning, and here's Lauren Fry. Fry is hitting .256.
I think we might be looking at another lefty.
My goodness.
Nope, she's going to the right side.
Oh, okay. You know, I noticed in the program there's some batters on some teams that are switch hitters. Is that an advantage in softball?
You know, I'm not a big fan of switch hitting in softball. Some kids, they may do it, you know, in certain situations they may switch hit just because they want to move a runner, and they move the runner from the left side better than maybe they could from the right side, and it gives them a chance, just like you said, they're a step closer to first base, so certain situations they may do it.
Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Of course, maybe some people bunt better as one side or the other.
Correct, exactly. Yeah, we like for them, if they're going on the left side, we just want them to stay there, get used to that, and be more of a triple threat. You can slap, hit, bunt, and especially if you're fast.
Here's the 0-2. Tried to get her to chase a bad one, and the count goes to 1-2.
Yeah, that was an 0-2 changeup away, and exactly trying to get her to chase it.
1-0 on the Williams home run. Williams' first home run of the year, by the way. The pitch to Fry is lined into left field. And it gets by the left fielder Greenwell. This one may score another one. Nope, they're going to be holding her at third. A single and an error on the left fielder. She hit that one sharply, and it went under the glove of left fielder Megan Greenwell. And at third base is Lauren Fry.
And she did a good job of staying back on that pitch and got a good swing.
Here comes Alex Arciola, hitting .282, no home run, 17 driven in. Oh, a little opportunistic team.
Yeah, it'd be big with a 2-out hit here.
Here's the pitch, and that one's high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Arciola. Runner at third base is Fry. And the pitch is going to be a high strike, and it's 1-1. As we mentioned, Jupiter has never been in the Final Four. They've been in the postseason 10 different times, but never made it this far.
That's hard to believe. It's a good program down there.
Delivery in the air towards right. Watch that wind. Right fielder Goolsby and the center fielder collide, and they drop the ball. That'll be an error on the center fielder. Well, you got to let your right fielder take that, don't you?
Yeah, that far over, that's a right fielder's ball. It's just some miscommunication there.
So Jupiter gets another run. And here comes Kylie Hansen, hitting .338, 1 home run, 17 driven in. So the error on the center fielder going over into right fielder's territory and colliding with Goolsby. And Hansen steps in as a right-handed batter.
Yeah, again, it could be just some first inning nerves here causing the mistakes.
Pitch is going to be hit and fouled straight back and up on the screen.
Looks like we still got to pay attention, Kelly. They got that opening there in the netting again today.
Yes, they do. You be on the lookout if you would, please.
Oh, don't worry. I'll save you then the monitor.
Oh, that good. I like your priorities. Pitch to Hansen way far away, and the count goes 1-1.
Yeah, because I don't want to do the broadcast by myself, so I'm saving you first.
You can always do it without the monitor, right?
That's right.
1-1, the count on Kylie Hansen. A strange inning so far. We had the inside the park home run that eluded a diving Megan Greenwell in left field. Then with 2 outs, the single by Fry that then got through the legs of Greenwell. There's a swing and a miss. That allowed her to get to third where she scored on the dropped fly ball in the outfield. So Palmetto making 1 error, leading to 1 run. And they call her out on strikes. Hansen goes down. The inning is over, but a big one it is for Jupiter. 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the second inning. It'll be numbers 5, 6, and 7. Goolsby, Greenwell, and Tate. A 2-0 advantage. And how many runs? Well, I didn't count it, but there have been a ton of runs scored in the first inning here.
Yes. Yeah, every game. I think yesterday's game, it was 2 runs or 3 runs with American Heritage. And then American Heritage on the night before. I believe they scored 1 or 2 runs in the first inning. And again, a lot of that is pitchers. They may struggle to throw strikes in the first inning, although Parker threw a lot of strikes. She was actually ahead in the count on every batter. It's just a situation where the defense hasn't quite got that nervousness out of their body yet.
So a 2-run inning for Jupiter gives Kylie Hansen a little wiggle room here as she faces numbers 5, 6, and 7. Palmetto from Miami, Dade County. Big school. I was looking online. 23 acres. Their building covers 23 acres.
Wow.
That's a big school. I would like to think they have like 10 minutes to get to the next class, wouldn't you?
They probably use golf carts.
They have a lot of accidents in the parking lot trying to get from one place to another.
23 acres.
23 acres. It's a big, big school. Here comes Brittany Goolsby, 308 hitter. No home runs, 9 driven in. School that big, you may not even, you could go there 4 years and not know where some of the rooms are. Here's the pitch, swung on it, missed.
Yeah, you definitely would not know all the students, that's for sure.
Oh, my school wasn't that big, and we have a reunion coming up this July. Half the people there I won't even know, and it's been, we won't say how many years.
It's just a couple, right?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's a 10-year reunion, I heard.
Okay, thank you. There's one fouled away. It's 1 and 2. But those reunions are fun. You go to yours?
I've missed the last couple, just with conflicts.
Yeah, when you're doing a lot of coaching in the summer, it's kind of hard to go to those.
Yeah, because they typically have ours in June or July, and I'm usually out of town.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goolsby leading off the second. Hits one in the air towards center. Center fielder and left fielder right there. Wow. Outfielders seem to be getting in each other's ways today.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're having a hard time hearing or if they're not talking. I'm just wondering if the wind is having something to do with them not being able to hear each other, maybe.
That's true. Williams makes the catch, and here comes Megan Greenwell, left-handed batter, hitting at .358, 1 home run, 13 driven in. Palmetto had that 1-out triple in the first inning, but they weren't able to score Parker from third. Pitch by Hansen. Slapped, knocked down by the third baseman. Nice play. Savannah Stone had the wherewithal to knock it down and get up quickly and throw out Greenwell at first base.
Nice play and bang, bang at first. Good call by the umpire.
Back in my day, that was somebody like Greg Nettles or Brooks Robinson making that play at third base.
Yeah, Brooks Robinson drove me crazy in the, I think it was the 70 World Series because I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan.
Yeah.
And he played out of his mind.
Oh, man. He was a good one. Here's Nicole Tate hitting .333, no home runs, 6 driven in. And she swings and misses at that one. So 5 of the first 6 batters have been retired by Hansen, only that triple by Parker. And there's a strikeout, and this inning is quickly over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll head now to the bottom half of number 2. Timoteo, Samstag, and Stone to face Meg Parker. Talking about Miami Palmetto. They, from what I understand, they are one of the best schools in the country. They are what is called a blue ribbon school of excellence, nationally recognized. So obviously they've got a lot of things going besides their softball team.
That's very good. That's the main thing, is the same thing that we try to talk about at Eastlake High School, even is you're a student first, athlete second, and it sounds like that's exactly what Miami Palmetto strives.
Does the state of Florida have an all-academic team in every sport?
Yes, they do. Yeah, and they actually have broken it down to classifications. So like 8A will have at each position they'll have a all-academic team.
So we're probably thinking we'll see some Palmetto kids on that.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
School was built in 1958. They have 4,000 students.
Wow.
That would have to be the biggest school in Miami, wouldn't it?
It might be the biggest school in the state.
Wow. 4,000 students.
That's amazing. No wonder they need 23 acres.
That's right. Well, 9 of them are out on the field right now. Timoteo will step in. There's a strike. Actually, before every game is, most broadcasters will do, you go down, talk to the coaches, and make sure you know how to pronounce the names, because some of these names can be kind of far out, like Timoteo. So I did that today, and she was actually, they were doing this, what do you call it when one tosses the ball and the other hits it?
Yeah, a little soft toss
Yeah,
drill.
soft toss. Well, she was doing the tossing, and I'm going, and I was standing right behind her with the coach. I said, okay, 22, and she screams out, Timoteo. She wanted to make sure I got it right.
Yep.
And the pitch goes high, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Timoteo, the left fielder, hitting .237, no home runs, 12 driven in on the year. Parker's delivery. And that's foul back against the screen, up and over the screen, actually.
I lost track of that one for a second, Kelly. I thought I might be coming at us.
Well, that one hit a pole and kind of ricocheted a little bit. It might have been heading towards us, and all of a sudden it's like a wayward bullet. It went in another direction. 2-2. Here's the pitch, and that swung on and missed. So however you pronounce her name, she's down on strikes. And here comes Teresa Samstag. 245, no home runs, 9 driven in.
See, Parker's working ahead in the count on almost every batter.
She struck out the last 2, gave up that home run in the first inning, which really was more a credit to the batter than a detriment to the pitcher. There's one line. I think the second baseman caught it anyway, as I guess he just threw over to first base in case the umpire didn't see her catch it. And there's 2 gone in the second, and Savannah Stone steps in.
Yeah, a lot of coaches tell your kids just to go ahead with the play, just in case a umpire gets blocked. Like that's the plate umpire's call. Say the catcher gets in her way, she can't see it, or in his way rather, and she can't see it.
Savannah Stone hitting .314, swings and misses at that one. No home runs, 11 are driven in. So last night, Tampa Chamberlain, team you know very much about, won the 7A title.
Yeah, a great game. Great game, come from behind victory for them again.
Wow. Here's the delivery. That's a strike call, and it's 0-2. Meg Parker's trying to retire the side in order. A couple more inches. They say baseball / softball is a game of inches, and I think we proved that in the bottom of the first inning. There's one foul back. Because if Greenwell had maybe been 1 step closer to the line at the start of that ball hit by Williams, she would have made the catch on a diving. It would have been a diving catch. Well, she would. Then the next two batters are out, and you got a 0-0 game.
Exactly. Yep. It's just one of those things. It's the same thing as hitting a home run. You know, you may just miss hitting it square, and you don't hit it square, and the ball stays in the park. You hit it square, it goes out, and that's just a matter of a couple of centimeters sometimes on the bat.
Stone down in the count, 0-2. And that one is hitting the air towards right field. Right fielder's going back and over. And Brittany Goolsby tells the center fielder to stay out of my way, and she makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, see, they settled down that inning.
Yeah. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to the top half of the third. It'll be numbers 8, 9, and 1. That'll be Blackburn, Gessie, and Bogarts to face Kylie Hansen. I like, finding information about the schools and not only what they've done athletically over the years, but also some of the things that go on. We're going to see Bogarts come up here in the top half of the third inning. Kelsey Bogarts is known as the Turtle. You may be wondering why. Well, they call it her speed. She's going to be playing at Auburn. She's got a scholarship already to play at Auburn. She separated her shoulder playing travel softball in November, but she got the nickname. Her two brothers played a lot of baseball, from what I understand. Her father, her uncle, her cousin all played baseball. She got the nickname when she was 4 years old. They were out fishing, and a sea turtle was in the water following their boat. She's telling the story, and she says the sea turtle kept looking at me, then it stuck its head out. For some reason, my dad started calling me Turtle ever since then. She'll be the third batter in the lineup. Third batter up this inning. There's one fouled back on Rachel Blackburn, hitting .235, no home runs, 16 driven in.
Yeah, a lot of our high school players, they end up with nicknames, and it's usually something maybe to do with their name or something that they've done at practice or a previous year or something like that. And
do you hang nicknames on them?
Usually just mess with their real name a little bit and change it up.
There's a strike call, and down on strikes goes Blackburn. 2 strikeouts in a row now for Kylie Hansen, and here comes Emily Gessie. Senior hitting .224, no home runs, 8 runs batted in.
Yeah, I've had a couple of kids over the years, as a freshman, you mispronounce their last name as you're talking to them.
Huh. There's a swing and a miss.
And they won't say anything as a freshman.
Oh, sure, they're scared.
Yeah, and then, the next year they'll correct you, or toward the end of the year after you've said their name wrong the whole time.
Then it's too late.
Yeah, then, of course, they get that name from that point forward.
A little digging out on the pitching rubber by Hansen, whose dad is just pacing back and forth. I assume this is their dad. He's got Hansen on the back of his shirt. He's just too nervous to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, I think he'd make a pot of coffee nervous. He's moving so much.
That's a good one. 0-2 the count on Gessie, and she pops this one foul. Again, you've got that stiff wind at your back, so the catcher also, Arciola, has to watch out, because that one could come back to get her. There's one up the middle of the shortstop making the play. Nice play by Lauren Fry. We have seen such good shortstop play this week.
It looked like Kelly, the first baseman, dropped the ball, I think.
She did. Good play, though, by the shortstop. So it's going to be an error on the first baseman, McMullen. And they have their second base runner. Here comes the Turtle herself. Kelsey Bogart stepping in. And that one will miss low. So what was your nickname in school? Did you have one?
Well, with the last name Estes, there's a couple things, but probably can't mention the one on the air.
We won't get them.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one foul back on the screen. I was just the neffer is all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And actually, as I got a little bit older, was playing baseball and stuff, it kind of went with, Mickey and anything that shortens up that name.
There's the pitch high. And the count goes 1-1. 2-0, Jupiter leads it. We're in the top of the third. This is a semifinal. And of course, you can buy a DVD copy of this. We'll give you details on how to do that. Pitch high. catcher, Arciola, fires that ball back in to the pitcher. We talked about that yesterday. It's a ball foul straight back. Because once the ball is in the circle, if the runner, in this case the runner at first base, is off the bag, she has to either return to the bag or make the decision to go to second, right?
Right. Yeah, she can't leave the bag until the ball's released by the pitcher, and then once it is released by the pitcher, she's either got to go to second or come back to first.
And she can't move right now. Now she can.
Correct.
And they walked her on a close pitch. Now there's runners at first and second with one out. And this is Meg Parker, the pitcher.
Yeah, that pitch was very close.
Yes, it was. Parker tripled her last time up. That was in the first inning where it looked like Palmetto was going to draw first blood. Or a girl at third base with one out. There's a strike called. Now it looks like they're really in store to score their first runs here.
Yeah, Parker swings the bat real well.
Here's the pitch. That one she lets go high, and it's 2-1. Parker, a right-handed batter, the opposing pitcher. Both pitchers are hitting in this game as well. Swung on a miss. He took something off that one.
Yeah,
and the count goes to 1-2.
Good pitch right there.
Palmetto and Jupiter. There's one lined into left field. One hop. They're going to hold the runner at third. The ball was hit so hard that I guess he wasn't able to get much of a jump and has to stay at third.
Yeah, it hit way too hard. There's no chance. In fact, she may even had to hold up just a touch to make sure it wasn't caught in the air.
Spallone steps up. Grounded right back to pitcher Kylie Hansen her last time up. Palmetto with a big threat here in the third. That one is chopped towards short and overhead into left field for a base hit. It gets by the left fielder. One run's in. Two runs are in. You're going to clear the bases on this triple. A bases loaded triple by Gabriella Spallone.
Unusual play right there for that ball to hit the infield and actually end up in the gap.
I didn't see where the left fielder was at the start of that play. But she let the ball get by. Have you been out on the field? I mean, does the ball hit the outfield and just skim somewhere?
Well, from playing on this field before and, or having our team on this field quite a few times, the power alleys are the gaps basically to right center and left center because of drainage is what we blame it on. The ball just scoots to the fence when it's on the ground.
Okay.
It just flies there.
You got to think that you play your outfielders deeper then because of that?
Yeah, you're going to talk to them about changing their angles. Instead of going at the ball, go at a better angle to get to the ball and try to cut it off at a intersection there more or less.
So Spallone has now moved into second place on the team and runs batted in. She now has 34 on the year. And here comes Emily Rodriguez. Rodriguez grounded to second her last time up. And the delivery by Hansen fouled at the plate, and the count goes 1-1. As we mentioned, Palmetto has been in the finals a lot. They've won 3 state championships.
That's pretty good history right there.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get, once you get here once, it's not real easy to get back here again.
And they've won them all in this millennium. Here's the delivery, and that's swung on and fouled back. Most recent one was 4 years ago, so I would doubt any of these girls. Let's see, 12, 11, 10, nope, none of these girls would have been on the varsity. You would have had to have been an 8th grader at that time. White by the pitcher. Boy, she didn't play that well. Shortstop picks it up, though, and fires to first in time. I don't know if Hansen thought that ball was hit harder than it was, and she's trying to get out of the way, and then it bounced once, and she thought maybe she might have a play on it.
Yeah, sometimes they get a bad read. They just get done winding up. And they're just getting their balance back, and then all of a sudden the ball's on them. Becomes a tough play.
Another nice play by Fry, though, to back it up and get the runner at first. Here comes Goolsby. Flew out to center fielder last time up. Kelvin F. along with Mike Estes. first of 4 games today. You just plop yourself down at the computer all day long and find yourself entertained on this Mother's Day. Strike called. No, that's what you plan to do.
Yeah, I'll be here all 4 games.
Go to Class 4A next, and then the other 8A semifinalists tonight. There's one hitting the air to left field. Left fielder goes back. It's over her head. Timoteo has to flag it down, and a stand-up double by Brittany Goolsby. These teams are hitting the ball pretty well.
Yeah, that was a good swing. That ball got up in the wind a little bit, and I think might have fooled the left fielder there.
Well, we've had a single, a double, and a triple this inning, an error, and a walk. 4-0 ball game. Of course, as Spallone comes in to score on the ground ball just prior to this. There's a strike call on Greenwell. Greenwell grounded a third her last time up. Bunts hit foul. So it's a 4-2 ball game now. Palmetto in the lead. Palmetto lost, well, as we mentioned, they lost 6 games this year. Well,
still very respectable record. 22-6.
Yes, 22-6.
22-6. That's a good season.
In fact, both teams have been saddled with 6 losses this year. Owen won the count. Taking a long time. Hansen finally delivers, and that's actually his 0-2. Now she swings and misses and becomes the 3rd strikeout victim of this game. But some damage was done by Palmetto. They scored 3 big runs on 3 hits. There was 1 big error and 1 runner left on base. It'll be the top of the order as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Williams, Reno, and McMullen. They'll be out there to face Meg Park. It's a brand new game now, Coach.
Yeah, everything changes now a little bit for Jupiter. Now the pressure's on them.
We talked about the 6 losses for Palmetto. Jupiter's also lost 6 games. They lost 1-0 to Palm Beach Gardens, 2-1 to American Heritage Delray, 14-1 again to Palm Beach Gardens, 2-0 to American Heritage Delray, 1-0 to Seminole Ridge, and 7-6 to Palm Beach Central. But then they beat Palm Beach Gardens twice in the postseason. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive, because Palm Beach Gardens is like, I think they were nationally ranked by Max Preps. They might have been in, maybe even in the top 10. They were ranked there all year long, I'm pretty sure. Then they had one back-to-back. Maybe they had a 3-peated. Palm Beach Gardens may have had a 3-peat going, and as they were trying to go for 4.
They didn't just beat them in the postseason. They annihilated them. Beat them 10-4 and 4-0.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if something changed with Palm Beach Gardens personnel-wise.
There's a swing and a miss to Devin Williams, who went the opposite way her last time up and got herself an inside-the-park home run. She's a left-handed batter, a senior. Just a little thing, but with a lot of speed. She went around those bases pretty quickly.
Yeah, probably wasn't even breathing heavy.
No. Of course, when I was a senior in high school, I probably could do that.
Well, what I found out, the older I get, the faster I was.
1-1. That is going to be a strike call, and it's 1-2.
And again, with a left-handed hitter up, Miami Palmetto just playing pretty much straight-up defense, no slap defense. I guess they're expecting her just to swing away.
Already, Palmetto's made 2 errors, both in the outfield. There's a swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Devin Williams.
Actually, by rule, that catcher needs to throw the ball to first base to record the out. She did not catch it clean.
Ah. But it didn't hit the ground, though.
Nobody caught that.
Wow. The batter wasn't even looking. She could have gone to first.
Yeah, she could have ran to first. That ball was not caught clean.
Brianna Reno popped out to second her first time up. But even if it didn't hit the ground, it's still okay?
Oh, that wasn't, I thought it was foul tipped. It was just a swing and a miss?
Yeah, and it popped out of the catcher's glove.
Oh, okay. I thought it was foul tipped. I'm sorry. So if that ball was foul tipped and it's not caught clean, it's just a foul ball.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were looking at.
This one, I think she just swung and missed and it just popped out and she caught it before it hit the ground. But, oh, that one, she's saying it hit her. Is the umpire going to agree? Yep. Lose his hat in the process, but he's going to say, yep, you go down to first.
I think it hit him too, didn't it?
Well, it may have.
That was an unusual pitch.
Hit him right in the head, knocked all his hair out. So here comes Casey McMullen. McMullen's a freshman on this team. Grounded right back to the pitcher last time up. Tried to slap her way on, but first baseman Nicole Pepe is thinking maybe she might do the same thing here. Pitch down low. Cheering section for Jupiter, starting to do some organized chanting in the stands. Runner at first base. That's the, oh, I was going to say that's tying run, but they did score that fourth run in the top of the third. Pitch is fouled. That one is, well, maybe it wasn't foul tip. I thought it was. The umpire said no, and the ball popped out of the catcher's glove. And down to second goes Reno on the pass ball. So why is the catcher, you think, having trouble holding on to this? Has so much, she put so much on the ball?
It could be a combination, and maybe she's not expecting the ball to move as much, and she could be looking at the runner a little bit and just taking it for granted the ball's going to be in a certain spot.
So McMullen, with a 1-ball, 1-strike count, will take a pitch, and it'll be a strike at the knees, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, we actually do a drill with our catcher with 2 tennis balls, throw them both at the same time, and they have to catch both balls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's a little drill to help them hand-eye and be able to watch a runner.
So you throw it right from the rubber?
No, we're about 10, 15 feet away.
Here's the pitch down low. Pops up to Rodriguez. Fakes the throw down to second base.
Yeah, we just do a whole bucket of those, throw them at the same time, and have them catch them both. Without a glove, you use bare hands or tennis balls, not going to hurt.
They usually do it pretty well.
Oh, yeah. They get the hang of it.
Here's the delivery. That one's grounded sharply into center field off of the second baseman's glove. It's going to end up scoring a run. No, it won't. The runner's going to take second on the throw to third. Reno couldn't get a very good jump for fear that Gezi is going to come up with that line drive.
Right, but she did a great job of rounding third hard. She drew the throw, and then that allowed the base runner to move up to second.
Well, here's a big situation for the junior Lauren Fry, who singled the left field. Saw the ball go right through Greenwell's leg, so she ended up on third base.
Let's see if she does what she did last time as far as timing.
Ball high, ball 1.
Last time up, she was using a little timing mechanism by showing bunt and then pulling back and getting into hitting position. A lot of kids that do that, and a lot of coaches like for you to do that just to get timing, see the ball longer.
First baseman then doesn't know what to do actually on defense. There's the pitch, and that is lined into center field. It's going to score, and it gets by the center fielder. Actually, it doesn't get by her. She just kind of drops it, and then they have a play on at second, and they got her. First baseman covering, got the cutoff, and went to the shortstop to retire Lauren Fry. So now there's 2 outs.
Yeah. As a base runner, you got to pick up that first baseman being in the middle there. You know they're throwing to that cut. You can't assume that ball's going to the plate.
Well, Fry gets 1 RBI, and now they're wondering they should have sent the other runner. Makes it a 4-3 ball game. Strike call to Arciola.
Yeah, if she stayed at first, she could have moved up on the very next play and put a little pressure on the defense to make a play, as far as trying to throw her out or trying to make a play at third.
Fry must have thought the ball was going to come all the way to the plate. Ball sails high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Arciola.
Right, and then that's exactly what she was thinking. The play was going to the plate, and the center fielder did exactly what she's supposed to do, throw it low enough for the first baseman to be able to cut it or let it go through if there's a play.
Here's the delivery. Swung on a foul back. Now, in that case, Coach, who's yelling cut, or is it the catcher yelling?
It should be the catcher's job, yep. She sees the whole field. She's right there. She should be able to see the base runners, see her defense, and know how hard the ball was hit. She should know her outfielder's arms on whether they can reach the plate.
Okay. Here's the delivery. That one will be a little bit low. So Rodriguez, the catcher, was yelling to Pepe, the first baseman, to cut it off, and then Pepe just knew it immediately to go to second with it.
Yep. Obviously, the runner was right in front of the first baseman. She could see the whole thing develop.
2-2, 2 outs, 1 run in, runner at third. That one's lined right to the shortstop. Bogarts makes the catch. Now Coach Ahern saying, man, should have sent that runner. But they get one of them back, 1 run on 2 base hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. So we have played 3 complete, and we've got ourselves quite a ball game here. It's a 4-3. Palmetto lead. Palmetto will send up number 7, 8, 9. That'll be Tate, Blackburn, and Gessie. To face Kylie Hansen. Kelly Neff along with Mike Estes. I guess we were talking about how Chamberlain won the Class 7A championship last night. I guess it was a pretty wild game, huh?
It was a crazy game. Bartow jumped out in front, and center fielder for Chamberlain, Maddie Gonzalez, she hit I think it was a 3-run homer, and got him right back in the game, made the game 6-5 at that point. And then Chamberlain actually tied it, and then made it was 6-6. Bartow scored another run, 7-6 going into the top of the 7th, and Maddie Gonzalez hit a 2-run homer, or it was 6-5 maybe, and hit it. No, it was 7-6 Bartow. I'm sorry, and she hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 7th. And
wow, what a game!
Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
And of course, they won the 7A title. Pembroke Pines won the 6A. This may sound strange to people maybe listening from out of state, but American Heritage won the 5A and the 3A. Of course, there's 2 American Heritages. That's where you get them. 2A, Grandview Prep, 1A, Lafayette, and now we have the 8A and 4A left to be determined. Here comes Nicole Tate, a senior, designated player. Last time up, struck out, one of 2 victims of strikeouts by Kylie Hansen. Here's the pitch. That one's bunted. First baseman's going to field it. Over to the second baseman covering. McMullen and Reno make the play, and there's 1 gone in the 4th. Do you leave it up to any batters, or do coaches leave the decision up to the batters as to when they can bunt for a base hit?
Sometimes I like to control it, from the coaching box.
There's a ground to second. She falls down, and that allowed the runner to beat out the hit. Reno that time lost her footing, and so she'll get an infield hit. Then the ball goes into left field, but there's no advance.
Nobody was paying attention there. They actually flipped the ball to second and went over the shortstop covering second and went over her head to left field, and nobody saw it except the fans.
Coach Ahern probably going crazy in there. You got to have a little more grip of the fundamentals.
Yeah, you got to make the game simple, and if you don't, you get yourself in trouble.
Here comes the number 9 batter. That's Gessie. Gessie was safe on the first baseman McMullen's error her last time up. That was bunted foul back. 0-1 the count.
Yeah, but talking about the bunt in this situation, she's obviously going to sacrifice bunt. A lot of times if my left-handers, if they're hot and they've been swinging well, I'll let them read the defense, and then I'll give them certain situations where they're on their own.
That one's bunted in the air, and they're going to double up the runner at first. She got off first base a little bit too far, did Rachel Blackburn, and she is doubled up to end the inning. No runs on a hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. Bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be numbers 6, 7, and 8. Hansen, Tibatillo, and Sam Stagg. Well, that time he got caught off first base a little bit, but really, even the runner can't really do a whole lot about that.
No, she's got to do her job and try to get to second base, so they can't force her there if the ball's bunted. And Hansen did a nice job reading the ball in the air and actually making an accurate throw to a moving second baseman who's covering first.
So back out is Meg Parker. Parker's going to try and keep them at bay. Last inning, Jupiter was able to score the 1 run to pull them to within 4-3. And Parker got the last batter out after the RBI single by Lauren Fry. Now she'll face Hansen, who was called out on strikes her first time up. Hansen, a junior pitcher. Well, Jupiter in Palm Beach County, they have over 2,000 students in their class.
Yeah, they should, for 8A, it should have over 2,400. I think that's the state rule. You got to have over 2,400.
So they fall in that category. Founded in 1965. Don't know about you, but I was still in high school at the time. Here's the pitch popped in the air. Wind might play a factor here as the center fielder, Spallone, comes in to make the catch. One gone in the fourth inning, and here comes Marissa Timoteo. Here I was worried about her last name, but I mispronounced her first name.
So if me saying it was your 10-year class reunion, that isn't
Oops, I let the cat out of the bag, didn't
yeah.
I? Oh, my goodness. I forgot that you lied or told a mistruth about me. Here's a pitch misses outside.
Well, I
should have written that down.
I was just uninformed.
Oh, okay. you were looking at someone else. 1-0 is the count. The Timoteo swinging at that one and fouling straight back. The school, I don't know if they were in an old building or what, but they built a brand new school in 2003 at Jupiter. I guess they were in more than one location at the time. They kind of consolidated them.
Oh,
You see
okay.
that happen. Sometimes the freshmen are in another building or something, and they consolidated campuses. There's one fouled straight back. They are what's called a magnet school program. You know anything about that?
Yeah, typically like Palm Harbor University in our area is a medical magnet. So the kids go there to actually get college. They can get some college credits working toward a medical degree.
Oh.
So I'm not sure what Jupiter's magnet is.
Here's the one popped in the air towards center field. Center fielder Spallone draws a beat on it. 2 batters and 2 flyouts to center.
And like at our school at Eastlake, we have an engineering magnet. Tarpon Springs High School has a culinary. I'm trying to think there's several schools in our area that are now acquiring magnet programs.
Now, do they have to like apply for a designation like that or something?
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a lottery. You get on a waiting list, or at least in our county.
Oh, there can only be so many of them, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
because basically, well, I'm not sure with maybe their school, but I know with our school engineering, they can only take so many kids.
Here's the delivery. That's down low. So actually, kids from like outside the district boundaries, if it's that type of a magnet school, you can draw them from the other areas.
Exactly, and the only, I think they have a thing, at least at our school, you can't get in the engineering program after you're a freshman. So if you don't get in the freshman year, you can't come in the next year.
There's a swing and a miss. The count goes to 1-2. Well, Jupiter is a magnet school. I've written down here 100 AP classes.
Wow, that's incredible.
100 of them. Here's the pitch, and that's swung on and missed, and down on strikes goes Sam Stagg. That is strikeout number 4 in the ball game for Meg Parker. It's her second 1-2-3 inning. She loves those even-numbered innings. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We are more than halfway through. We're going to the top of the 5th inning. It is still a 4-3 Palmetto lead. Kelly Neff along with Mike Estes, who will be here all day. I will be back here for the other 8A semifinal coming up tonight. And a game in which you have a somewhat vested interest tonight. Team that beat you is here.
Yes, Durant High School.
Well, we have some opportunities for you to purchase DVDs. You'll find on your computer FHSAAsports.com where you are, and you'll be able to find the icon, and they'll walk you through it, and they'll take your order, and you can buy as many DVDs as you want. Maybe it's someone that you know on the team, win or lose. They might want a little memento. You can buy DVDs at your will. Just go to FHSAAsports.com and place your order, like you did with all your volleyball games.
Yes, sir.
State champions at Eastlake High School. Hey, here comes the turtle again. Kelsey Bogarts, Meg Parker, Gabriella Spallone coming up to hit. Bogarts, a senior, popped to first and walked and scored. That one's sharply hit to third. Nice play by Stone at third base. This looks like their infield defense is pretty doggone good.
That was a great play. Nice reaction.
Jupiter wearing their white uniforms, the green lettering and green trim. Here comes Meg Parker. Parker's had a perfect day. And she needs a double and a home run to hit for the cycle. She has the single and triple already, so she has the toughest one, the triple. At least it's the toughest one in baseball, maybe not softball. She had a notion, let it go, and it's a strike.
Actually, it's pretty tough in softball also. With the field being small, it's kind of tough.
We were talking earlier, we don't have signs on the outfield here. There's one hit right to the third baseman who knocks it down. And there's no way that time that Stone can make a play. Boy, they hit that ball hard. So Parker, 3 for 3. And they haven't used a courtesy runner for her in any of those instances.
Yeah, they may want to check Stone, make sure she's okay. I don't know if she was limping there a little bit. The ball got right on her quick.
She will call out the play at third base as Spallone, the junior center fielder, steps in. Left-handed batter. Up high, ball 1. She has made her presence felt. After grounding out in the first inning, she had a 3-run triple in the third. Hit that one the opposite way, past the left fielder. This one goes to right field. The wind's going to knock that one way down. And Lufong makes the catch. 2 gone in the 5th for Emily Rodriguez.
Now Miami Palmetto, have they had a base runner every inning, Kelly?
Second inning they went 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, they've had base runners every inning. Left one at third base on the first, second base in the second. They actually only had 3 batters in the fourth because they had that pop-up double play. And they have one at first base right now. 0-1 the count on Rodriguez. That was a half swing and actually she fouled it off. Jupiter High School. Down 4-3, trying to get this last out of the inning. You know, we talked about Jupiter losses. Palmetto had 6 losses of their own. There was a swing and a foul tip right into the catcher's glove. We'll take a look at those in just a second. That's a strikeout, the 4th one of the ball game for Kylie Hansen, and they strand a runner. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, it'll be 9-1-2. Stone, Williams, and Reno to face Meg Parker. You're impressed with the losses that Jupiter had this year. Palmetto lost 9-8 to Coral Reef, 12-1 to Varela, 9-2 to Gulliver, 5-2 to Parker Snyder, 6-0 to Pines Charter, 13-9 to Tate. So except for that Coral Reef, when they lost, they really lost.
Yeah, and I would imagine, I'm going to think that most of those, well, no, those aren't, I was going to say, I don't think they're 8A schools.
Wow.
And they may not have been in their district, could be in a situation where they pitched somebody besides Hansen.
Sure. And they do have 3 other pitchers listed as being used this year. And one of them, quite extensively. They may have used Megan Jeffrey, who's pitched 31 innings.
Yeah, she was 5-2, so she was at least in 7 games there in some way, shape, or form.
It's hard to be a coach in Florida and keep up with 790 different programs, huh?
It's impossible.
Yeah, you don't know who's good in certain parts. That's why it makes it very difficult in my mind how you can pick a top 10 from the whole state. If you're in Miami, if you're Palmetto's coach, what do you know about the teams up in Tallahassee and that area?
Right. Yeah, it just can't happen. I mean, you maybe got to go with like maybe the local sports writers and stuff like that and get their opinions. And even that there may be some favoritism. It just depends.
I know in this area the Sentinel does, the Orlando Sentinel does their own, and they include only the corridor teams, the teams in Central Florida.
Right.
Here comes Savannah Stone.
Now Parker hasn't walked anybody yet, right?
No, she has not.
All right. And after we were talking earlier, 79 walks during the season,
Yeah.
she's yet to walk anybody in this game. And she, like I said at the beginning, she was throwing really efficient first 2 innings.
She's given up a couple of singles, 3 singles and a home run, but other than that, except for the 2 errors they made, nobody else has gotten on base. Well, one, she hit a batter. Here's the pitch to Stone. Let up pitch will be ball 1. Stone is a sophomore, flew out to right fielder last time up.
Hey, take away the 2 errors, this is like a 4-1 game.
Yeah. Those losses by Palmetto were avenged, 2 of them in the districts. They beat Valera 9-8 and beat Coral Reef 9-5. Had their game faces on that day.
Well, you know what that might tell me is that maybe they did pitch somebody different just so they didn't see him, knowing they were going to see him in the postseason. There's a possibility of that.
Except for they lost to Varela 12-1, then beat them 9-8. There's one hitting the air towards left field. Left fielder's going back, but she can't get it. The wind carries that one all the way to the base of the fence. And at second base, it's Savannah Stone. Well, how nice is it to get your number 9 batter to crack a double?
That's a big hit. That gets you to the top of the order with nobody out, runner at second.
You know,
it's huge.
Right there, Stone took off her batting glove. Now, when you started coaching, they at first 2 years ago or whatever it was, they didn't use batting gloves then, did they? That's something fairly new.
Yeah, a lot of kids. I mean, you know, well, I've been coaching high school for 11 years or so, and you know, they've always, some of them have had the batting gloves. I've got a few players that do not like them.
Now, this young lady wearing one, Devin Williams. It's all or nothing at all, as the old song went. Yeah. Home run and the strikeout. There's the strike called. Baseball, though, it seems like, and I watch these games on TV, it seems like you would get a better grip of the bat without the glove because it's a wooden bat.
Yeah, and a lot of guys use pine tar or stick them and stuff like that to help with the grip. And again, there's a lot of guys that don't like it.
Here's one grounded past the diving second baseman into right field for a base hit. Whoop! They're going to have a play at third. Nope. Diving back in is Savannah Stone. Well, there's a good situation for Jupiter now. First and third with nobody out.
Yeah, that's old baseball adage there, is you don't make the first or third out at the plate. And that's, you know, that was probably run through the coach's mind where they've already had the couple situations where they could have moved runners up and didn't get it done.
Coach Hager's going to come out to talk to his pitcher. You know, we talked about how many students Palmetto has had. They've had some pretty good, notable alumni. A lot of famous people have not only come from Miami, but right from Palmetto High School. Jeff Bezos, whose name may not ring a bell, the founder of Amazon.com.
Wow.
He's a graduate of Miami Palmetto. Vinny Cholk, Major League Baseball player, pitcher, actually plays in Japan, so I can understand why a lot of people might not know who he is. Tom Foley, third base coach for the Rays, former Major League Baseball player. I think maybe he might have played for the Mets for a while.
He's actually, his kids actually, he lives right behind Eastlake High School.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, both his son Brett and his daughter, which her first name escapes me, they went to Eastlake.
Well, he wouldn't be here today because the Rays are playing, but there's one strike call. Well, let's see. Robin Frazier, former U.S. national soccer team member, Major League Soccer player with the Los Angeles Galaxy, current head coach at Chivas USA. So I guess Palmetto must have some pretty good soccer background too. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. That one's hitting the air, foul, and there will be no play. Hits in the camera bay up there.
Yeah, in the Chamberlain game last night, in that same camera bay, the Bright House cameraman, there's a ball hit the top of the dugout and hit him right in the nose.
Really?
Foul ball, yeah.
Did he, like, fall out of there or something?
No, he just kind of, there was a trainer happened to be close by, ran to him real quick, and he was okay, but did not feel good.
I can imagine. Here comes the pitch to Reno, way outside. The count goes to 1-2. Great situation for Jupiter here. Got yourself an opportunity to tie up the ball game. It's a 4-3 deficit, but you have a runner there at second base and an extra, or excuse me, a runner at third base and an extra runner at first base. The count on Reno is 1-2. Big batter right here, so he lets one go inside. And it's 2-2.
I'm surprised Jupiter hasn't done anything with the base runners here, but maybe with no outs, he's being cautious. You know, they are down a run. If he's up a run, he probably takes it more of a chance, I guess.
Well, we know Williams has speed. I mean, we watched her circle the bases on that inside the park home run. She's at first. There's outside. It's now gone 3-2, so they were ahead 0-2, and now it's 3-2.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that pitch was almost a outside on purpose to see if there was a play on. I mean, I don't know that I would want to call that and take the count to 3-2, but you never know. I think we're getting some rain, Kelly.
Well, I don't feel any. Do you feel some? Oh, yeah, a little bit on there. There's the ball hit back to the pitcher. They're going to look the runner back at third. The other runner is going to advance to second as Reno is retired. So now you got a situation with runners at second and third and one out. Yeah, that's sprinkling a little bit, isn't it? Casey McMullen steps up. Maybe I better take care of all this paperwork and all my information, because once it starts raining, this stuff's worthless. I mean, you can't read it for nothing. Palmetto trying to work out of a jam here with Meg Parker. Very tense situation. Foul straight back. Other notable alumni of Miami Palmetto. Florida Marlin play-by-play announcer Glenn Geffner. American astronaut Dominique Pudwill Gorey. Olympic swimmer Matt Gribble. All of them went to Palmetto High School.
Wow.
Here comes the pitch. That's up high again. It pops out of the catcher's glove. Miss Universe of 1967.
Well, there you go.
Sylvia Hitchcock. Bob Marley's son, Rohan Marley.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that one.
Me neither. Guess he moved up and stopped at the first town he found. There's a strike. It's 1-2. He's also the owner of Tough Gong Clothing. You know anything about Tough Gong Clothing?
Never heard of it.
Me neither. Must be reggae stuff. There's some football players that went there. Orson Mobley of the Broncos, Chris Myers of the Texans.
Yeah, heard of both of them.
Here comes the pitch, and that one sails high, and it's now 2-2. Jennifer Rodriguez, speed skater, Olympic speed skater. There's another football player, Cecil Sapp. When I was living in Iowa City, Benny Sapp played for the Iowa Hawkeyes. I wonder if that's any relation. There's a pitch upstairs. Man, look at that. It's 3-2.
Yeah.
You got your cleanup batter who's already 2 for 2, waiting on deck.
Yeah, they're just pitching this batter pretty cautiously.
4-3. That's our score. There's a foul back. Oh, and ricocheted all the way back to the pitcher.
Yeah, the netting above the knee wall back there behind home plate is like a trampoline. Every time the ball hits it, if it hits it just right, it could go anywhere.
Strung pretty tight. McMullen awaits the 3-2 delivery, and that is hit in the air. Center field comes in, shortstop goes back, center fielder Spallone makes the catch. Not that far, and back at second base, so the runners can't do anything. So there's 2 gone now, and here's Lauren Fry. Singled and scored her first time up, drove in a run with the single in the third. So the Jupiter fans are getting a little excited here.
Yeah, Fry's had 2 good swings.
And she's stepping in after looking down at the third base coach. Coach Steve Ahern has his team in the semifinals, his first year at Jupiter. First year as head coach anyway. There's the pitch upstairs. I don't know if he might have been an assistant for a long time. We don't have all that information.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So a tense situation here for Palmetto, leading at 4-3. Runner at third. That's Stone. Runner at second. It's Williams. And the pitch is swung on and missed. It's now 1-1.
Yeah, I'm surprised they may. I would think that Parker may want to pitch to her a little more cautious with first base open after she's already got 2 base hits, and maybe go after the on-deck batter if she was to get in trouble in the count.
Here's the delivery. Bounced in front of the plate. Nobody's going to advance. Of course, then, you load the bases, and now you can't make a mistake. Now you know that there's no place to put them. That can play a little mind game with you.
Yeah, but if let's say she gets to 3-1 here, and then you're going to have to try to make perfect pitches to get it back, in your count in your favor. So, you might want to take that chance and work on the next batter, put the pressure on the next batter.
Here's the pitch. Hey, it's coming our way. Watch out, folks. People got hit in the head yesterday with a ball like that. I think our cameraman is safe, though. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Getting to be a little late. Jupiter better take advantage of this situation right here. Can Parker put it into it? Yeah, she got her. What a big strikeout. She's had 5 strikeouts in this game. That was a huge one.
Yeah, nothing bigger to this point than that strikeout for her to be able to come through and that working from behind in the count. Great job.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We go to the 6th inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Goolsby, Greenwald, and Tate to face Kylie Hansen. Well, you're talking about the history of Palmetto. And Coach, none of these girls have ever won a state championship. The school has. You know, you go into the hallways and you see these championship trophies all over the place, and it has to inspire you.
Oh, sure. I mean, and just like with any high school athlete, they're going to take pride in their school, and they want to be part of that history. They want to be able to, come back like you're going to in your 10-year reunion this year,
yep.
and look at those state championship trophies and want to know that you had something to do with it.
Well, their history, in 1995, they were the 6A runner-up. They lost 5-0 to Sarasota Riverview. 2000, they won a disputed state championship, a 6A championship over Tampa Sickles, 6-5. 2003, they won it again, 3-2 over Riverview. Then a couple of second-place finishes in 2005, 1-0. They lost the Palm Beach Gardens. In 2007, they lost 2-1 to Everglades. Then 4 years ago, they won the 6A championship against Palm Beach Gardens, 2-1 in 12 innings. What a nail-biter.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember that one or not. Here comes the top of the 6th inning, Brittany Goolsby, sophomore right fielder. And that was a strike, and the count goes 1-1. We had a little sprinkle, but I think it stopped already.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Don't want you to get wet for the next game either. Here's one pop foul. Watch out, folks. There is a net, but I'm not sure a lot of people know that there's an opening in that net.
Yeah, they're probably not paying attention to that part of the field,
No. 1 ball, 2, no balls, 2 strikes. Nobody gone. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Palmetto trying to maintain or actually add to their 4-3 lead. Go to the Class 4A semifinals next. Remember about the DVDs. Not only can you get the state championship DVD, you can get the semifinal as well. That one misses outside. Is it harder to frame a pitch if you're a left-handed catcher like that?
Especially with the right, if you're going to work the outside corner, it makes it a little tougher. Yep.
There's a swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Goolsby. 5 strikeouts now in the game for Hansen. So both pitchers have struck out 5. And here comes Megan Greenwell, the senior left fielder. Greenwell's 0 for 2, a ground out in the 2nd inning and a strikeout in the 3rd. Struck out with a runner in scoring position. That one is bunted. Third baseman over to first base. Even though she's speedy, Greenwell is caught, and there's 2 gone in the 6th inning. Here comes Nicole Tate. 0 for 2, talking about how she left a runner in scoring position. Do you as a coach keep track of how many runners you leave in position as a batter?
Yes.
So here's a swing and a miss.
Yeah, a lot of kids don't like to hear it when we actually bring that stat up, but like I mentioned in yesterday's broadcast we lost a 5-4 game to Chamberlain a couple of years ago and left 13 kids on base, and the majority of those were in scoring position.
There's so many stats in baseball/softball anymore. It's kind of mind-boggling at times. There's a pitch outside. You see Major League games on TV. This guy's hitting .350 on Tuesday games that are played in the afternoon when the temperature's below 90, and it just goes on and on. There's a foul back.
Yeah, you're right. And there's somebody out there that really actually wants to keep track of all of that.
We're producing more statisticians than we need. Just get up there and hit the ball. Sounds easy. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2-3 inning. Second one of the ball game for Kaylee Hansen. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It is the 8A semifinals as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 5, 6, and 7. Arciola, Hansen, and Timoteo ready to face Meg Parker. So history will be made. I mean, this is the very first 8A championship that's going to be decided this week.
Correct. Yep. First year for 8A in Florida.
Let's see if I can explain it right. They actually, these were the old 6A teams. They got bumped up 2 classes because they added 2 rural classes at the bottom.
Yeah, and what they did was they consolidated some classes. They used to have, if I'm not mistaken, like a 1A B, and they consolidated them, made them just 1A, and then like we were 5A until this year, and we actually went up, but it had to do with our population increasing at our school, and we actually jumped all the way up to 8A.
Now, back where I come from, they use next year's classification based on this year's attendance for freshmen, sophomore, and juniors.
Wow.
Because they know how many students are going to be there for next year. So I don't know, how do they do it here? Do they?
I'm not sure, but they probably base it on probably something very similar. Similar to what they had in school this year, and then what they know they're getting incoming-wise coming from the feeder middle schools.
Here's Arceola. Arceola, the catcher, a sophomore for Coach Steve Ahern. Safe on an error. Actually, it was a fly ball to right field in that first inning where Brittany Goolsby was run into by center fielder Gabriela Spallone, and it knocked the ball out of her glove. Here's one hit to left field, and deep, and deep, and deep, and deep. Off the fence on the fly. Wow. Arceola got a hold of that baby.
Yeah, that was driven. I thought that was going to get out of here.
I did too. The wind is not as stiff as it was earlier, but it's still pretty good. Runner at second base is the catcher. No courtesy runner asked for. Here comes Hanson. Hanson's the pitcher. What a chance for her to help her own cause here. It's a tying run at second base.
Yeah, and a good time to get it, bottom of the sixth. You'd like to go to the seventh tied or even with the lead.
There's the pitch that misses the inside corner. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. How many junior highs or middle schools feeds your school?
4.
Here's the 1-0 delivery, swung on and hit towards left field again. This one not quite as deep, and the left fielder Greenwell's going to make the catch.
Well, actually, Kelly, I guess, yeah, it's actually only 3.
3.
And actually there's, and then you got the private schools. So some kids come to public high school from private schools.
Now, can the private school students choose a school, or do they have to stay within a boundary?
They would, it's private. If you're going to a private school, you can go anywhere you like.
Okay. Here we go with Timoteo. That tying run still at second base. She pops it up. Second baseman guess he's going to make the catch. 2 gone. You're going to waste that leadoff double? Here comes Sam Stagg, senior designated player. Hit a line drive right to Emily Gessie her first time up. Struck out second time. We got some sprinkles coming back. Bottom of the 6th inning, that tying run is at second base. Jupiter had a 2-0 lead. They got those 2 runs in the first inning. Then that was wiped out by a 4-run third inning by Palmetto. Jupiter got 1 run back in the third. And I know Coach Steve Ahern is still thinking he should have sent that runner to the plate after the single by Fry. But he didn't, and thus the 4-3 ball game.
It was a good changeup. Yeah, that's one of those things, at the time it's what you think the right thing to do. You're being cautious and you don't want to waste a runner. And then now you're in this situation, you probably wish you had center.
Here's the pitch. A little low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second base is Arceola. She led off with that double to left field off the fence. She stayed there when Hanson flew out. Timoteo popped out. And now Sam Stagg trying to get the run in. Lets that changeup go. And it's down low, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I know 2 years ago I sent a runner against Niceville in the semifinals, and it was actually a bad throw, and it turned out to be a great play for them as it brought the catcher up the line and was able to tag our runner in a bad position.
There's one hit in the air. It's going to fall in. It is. In fact, it's going to go all the way to the fence. 2-strike double by Teresa Samstag, and this is a tie game. She waited her out and got the pitch she wanted.
Yeah, that was a hitter's count, 2-1, and she didn't want to go 3-1, so she came in the strike zone, and the ball got driven pretty well.
And we're tied up at 4-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Our love bugs are starting to get worse.
Yes, they are. I don't know. I think they'd take Mother's Day off, wouldn't you? Just all over the place.
Just Sunday in general.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to rest. All right, we have a pinch runner. This will be Brandy Lufong. Now, she's the right fielder who's going to come in and run. I guess if you're a non-hitting right fielder, you can do that, apparently. So Lufong comes in to run. So what do you do, Coach, if your right fielder is running for the designated player? She thus becomes the designated player as the right fielder.
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
That doesn't mean they have to bring in a new right fielder, does it?
No, they would. She just assumes that position, and they don't have to. They don't necessarily have to make a change.
Okay. All this stuff's very confusing to me. Of course, what day of the week is very confusing to me at times. 1-0. Here's the pitch inside. You know, we're talking about Palmetto's notable alumni. Jupiter has some as well. Remember Dante Bichette, former Major League Baseball player?
Yes.
An alumni of Jupiter High School. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul tip. And to Abad, a former Major League Baseball player. University of Florida's head baseball coach, Kevin O'Sullivan.
Wow.
Went to Jupiter. Matt Bosher, former NFL player. And one more we'll talk about in a minute. Here's the 2-1. I want to make sure we have enough time left to talk about this one. 3 balls and a strike. That lead run, a potential winning run, is at second base. I don't know if you've ever heard of Robin Smith.
No.
I hadn't until today. She is a Victoria's Secret model.
She was probably pretty popular in high school.
I would think. There's a strike call. What do you want to bet she was a cheerleader, you think?
Maybe. You never know. Maybe she was one of those late bloomers. You never.
3-2 the count. Well, she's at Victoria's Secrets now. But I doubt she's at the game. 3-2 the count. There's the pitch. Swung on and missed, down on strikes. Hey, we're going to have an interesting 7th inning here. Jupiter scoring a run to tie it. 1 run on a couple of doubles. No errors and 1 runner left on base. 7th inning time. It's 8-9-1. Blackburn, Gessie, and Bogards to go up against Kylie Hansen. Well, Coach, it's become a 1-inning game.
Yeah, 1 inning or more if it stays tied. But, yeah, it could be 1 right in this inning.
Blackburn, the sophomore third baseman, 1 out of 2. Well, in the district, Jupiter beat Wellington 10-0 and Palm Beach Gardens 10-4. The regionals, they beat Boca Raton 2-0. Palm Beach Gardens again 4-0, and Cypress Bay 5-4. They obviously have some very distinctive things happening at their school. They have more awards, academic awards, in more categories than any school in the entire state of Florida. Very powerful and active student council.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Were you student council president or anything?
No.
They never considered you?
No.
Oh. You laugh as if that is a strange request. Ball down low, ball 1. Must have a team called the Vikings coming up. There's people in Viking uniforms all over the place. There's one popped up. Watch the wind, ladies. Ball's caught by the left fielder, Timoteo. And here's Gessie. Gessie, a senior second baseman. Safe on an error in the 3rd inning and scored. That popped up into a double play last time up. Tie ball game, top half of inning number 7. 4-4 deadlock. Big hit by the designated player, Sam Stagg, in that bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, 2-out double. That was biggest hit of the moment.
There's the pitch that's going to be down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. This is a Class 8A semifinal. The other 8A semifinal is going to be tonight at 7 o'clock. There's the strike. You know, every other day this week they've had they've alternated classes in semifinals. Using that format, there's a pitch for a strike. It would have been 8A, 4A, 8A, 4A, but they're doing 8A first, then the two 4As, and then 8A, and I'm not sure about the exact reasoning for that. Durant against Mandarin. There's one hit into left field. One out single, and the Panthers have something going here in the 7th.
Good swing.
Yeah, number 9 batter. Pretty impressive.
Got her hands through the zone. Nice job.
Here comes the Turtle. Bogard steps up. She missed the first half of the season. She had a shoulder injury. Back there now. It's not good when your shortstop has a shoulder injury. Ball fouled away.
No, that might explain. I think they had some tough early season losses, and that could explain, personnel there makes a difference.
0-1. Lead runner at second or at first base. You don't take a chance to try and steal her at second?
Yeah, one out. You may try to put some kind of play on, but...
There's a ground ball knocked down by the shortstop, and they don't win the race to the bag. Nice hustle by Gessie. That'll be an error on the shortstop. Heads up play, though, by Fry to dive and try and get the runner at second base. But Gessie was just a little bit too quick.
Yeah, it looked like she tried to dive back and touch it with her glove and actually missed the bag with her glove.
Here we go. Runners at first and second. Meg Parker, who's been on base 3 times. She is 3 for 3. 2 singles and a triple. Takes the pitch inside, ball 1. There's no place to put her. First and second base occupied. Kelly Neff along with Mike Estes, Eastlake High School coach from Pinellas County. Here's the delivery. Up high, and it's 2-0. Durant plays tonight. You'll be on the air, so
yeah, it'll be okay.
Keep it inside, okay?
Yeah, Durant beat us with a walk-off home run in the regionals.
And we'll elaborate on it a little bit more tonight if you want to tune in, folks. But there's a little more to the story than that. We'll, unfortunately for Mike, have to discuss that as well. 2-0 the count as the catcher, Arciola, goes out to talk to Hansen. The winner will play the final game of the tournament tomorrow. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, the tournament will come to a conclusion, and one of these teams will be there. There's the pitch, and that one will be a strike call. It's 2-2. We have Class 4A coming up next. And that one is hit in the air towards third. So Parker can't get the run in. Maybe Gabriella Spallone can. Spallone has a bases loaded triple to her credit.
And that's actually an infield fly rule. I think maybe the third base umpire called it. I was looking to see if anybody else made that signal, but I didn't see it.
Bishop Verreau and Gulliver Prep in the 2 o'clock game. That one's grounded up the middle into center field for a base hit. Here comes the throw, and they're going to hold the runner at third. Oh, good choice, Coach. Good choice by keeping her at third.
Yeah,
ball's hit too hard.
Don't want to make that third out at the plate.
Not when you have your cleanup hitter coming up.
Nope.
Although she has drawn the collar in 3 at-bats.
Well, the optimistic coach is thinking she's due.
That's why he held her, huh?
Yeah.
So that's, you have to know if the center fielder can throw. And
yes.
You do that by, watching warm-ups. I don't know, how do you know that?
Yeah, you can watch warm-ups. Again, you could find a way to scout them. And plus, she was real tight to the infield. She was close. It wasn't like she was deep in center field. So that was probably an easy call for him.
Okay.
To make sure that she was staying there. And again, just like you said, cleanup hitter on deck. He should know that.
Mm-hmm.
And he would really be kicking himself in the rear if he sent that kid and she was out and then realized that the cleanup hitter's on deck.
You got to know who's up. Well, she's a .419 hitter who's 0 for 3, so you have to figure she hasn't gone 0 for 4 a whole lot. And that one is fouled away. The 5 o'clock game, by the way, is Florida High out of Tallahassee. Tallahassee is going to play Keystone Heights. And then the winner will play for the championship. The championship game's at 4 o'clock tomorrow. That one misses the strike zone apparently, and it's 1-1. There's somebody on every base. There's the ball. Now it's 2-1. Makes this a very big pitch right here.
Yeah, this is a huge pitch. Hitters count 2-1.
And she grounds it towards short. Slowly hit. They go to third, and she's safe. Run scores. Shortstop Lauren Fry figured in her head, I'm just trying to figure it out, that they're not going to get the runner at first because the ball wasn't hit that hard. So she thought the only place she had was at third. Didn't get there in time.
Yeah, with her going in the hole that way, if she was to throw to first, there's a chance that the runner who was on second could actually maybe score if the ball gets thrown in the dirt at first.
Well, now a run comes in, and Palmetto has a 5-4 lead. And here comes Brittany Goolsby. Kara Brown at first base. She is a courtesy runner for the catcher. There's one chopped towards short. Over to first. One pitch too late for Jupiter. They get out of the inning, but there's one run scored on 3 bases. There was 1 error and 3 big runners left on base. Well, Coach, if you're Jupiter, you've got to feel fairly good, even though you're not, because you have the top of the order. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 coming up.
Yeah, that's something positive, and I'm sure the coach is even explaining that in the dugout. Everybody just relax and execute here, and we got a chance to get, being home team, you're going to play for the tie first and the win second.
The top 3 batters are 3 for 8, and have scored a couple of runs. It'll be Devin Williams, Brianna Reno, and Casey McMullen. So the next game's going to be a little bit late in starting. That'll be Class 4A. You can stay right on your computer and listen. Mike will be here. Mike Rideout will be along with him. Me, I'm going to get out of town. Get out of Dodge for a while. But we'll be back tonight. Don't worry. Might have to go and do a little Mother's Day shopping.
Yeah, speaking of Mother's Day, I don't know that my wife is listening at the moment, but she's probably going to listen a little later. I think she's taking her mom and her sister. I think they're all going to some Sunday brunch. They're probably already there with my daughters.
Bringing a doggy bag?
I doubt it.
Oh, bummer.
Since I'm here, I'm on my own.
Bring it on over. Come on. Love going to buffets and get a doggy bag. We want to say thank you to every mother that might be listening. Most mothers of the players are probably here. Some maybe couldn't make it. There's one popped up, and it is playable. Did she get it? She's got it. Wow. Williams pops out to the catcher. We were blocked off by our own cameraman, actually, and couldn't see, but got the screen right here.
Yeah, great play by the catcher, and you can see just her teammates and herself, just all big smiles. You got to love that.
Also, thank you to all the grandmothers who might be listening. They might be scattered all over the place. Here comes Reno. She's 0 for 2, but she did score a run in the 3rd inning after being hit by a pitch. 2 gone. Palmetto trying to make their way into the state championship game. Down low. Well, he had a big 2-out hit by Samstag to tie up the game. Then the 2-out base hit by Rodriguez to get that run in. There's a swing and a foul out of play. Bounces back onto the field. So you start your travel teams here pretty soon, don't you?
Yeah, we've already started practicing. Our first tournament will be this coming weekend, next weekend, I should say.
Got any Chamberlain kids on it?
No, not this year. I used to have their catcher for a couple seasons.
Here's the pitch. That one bounces in front of the plate. 2 outs left to do something. You got your number 2 batter, a .346 hitter up there. Down 5-4 in the bottom half of inning number 7. The loser goes home. The winner stays to play tomorrow. That one's grounded towards second. Gessie has it over to first base, and there's 2 gone in the 7th. Here comes Casey McMullen, the last hope for the Warriors of Jupiter. You can hear all the reaction by the Palmetto people.
This is a situation where Palmetto's got to keep their composure and just work for this last out.
There are 2-out rallies, and when you only have a 1-run lead, you let one runner get on base, and all of a sudden the whole complexion of the game changes.
Yep, strategies, that's, it's all about, like you said earlier, a game of inches, a game of being in the right place at the right time.
And the first delivery, that'll be ball 1. You better play her up the middle. She's grounded to the pitcher, singled up the middle, and flown out to center field. So you got to figure she's going right that direction again.
Like I said yesterday, all batters have tendencies, and if you use a hitting chart, that's what happens.
And she pulls this one, fouls, no out of play. And the count goes 1-1. 5-4, Palmetto leads, bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, nobody on. Steve Ahern's Warriors trying to, all you need is a runner on base, and then you can open some things up. Here's the 1-1 from Parker. Up high, and it's 2-1. This young lady's a freshman, but like you say, this late in the season, you're more considered to be a sophomore. You're not a freshman anymore.
No, not with, basically right around 30 games or more under your belt.
Mm-hmm. Here's the delivery. That one is hit in the air towards left field. Back goes the left fielder, and Greenwell makes the catch. So being down 2-0, then watching Jupiter tie it up in the 6th inning, the Palmetto Panthers will be going after their 4th state championship. Quite a battle today, huh?
A very good game. 1-run game. Both teams played very well. I thought both pitchers pitched very, very efficient. They threw a lot of strikes, not that many walks. They had one hit batter by Parker, and I think Hansen only walked one batter.
You're right. There weren't many walks at all.
Yeah, it was a nice game.
Well, each pitcher had a bad inning, but settled down and pitched fairly well the other 6. I mean, leaving the bases loaded in the top of the 7th, Palmetto could have scored more, but then again, Jupiter had some chances too back there in that 3rd inning.
Yep, most everything happened in the 1st and 2nd inning.
Well, we want to thank our production team, all the people in the truck, all of our camera people. Thank you for a fine job. Mike, thank you, and you're going to have a busy afternoon. I'll see you back here tonight.
Looking forward to it,
All
Kelly.
right.
Thank you.
You betcha. My guest is the color commentator for this ballgame and the other 3 to follow today. Again, the final in the Class 8A semifinals. It was Palmetto winning this one by a score of 5-4. Remember, you can get your DVDs ordered. Just follow the prompts on the webpage, and you can get yourself a copy of this broadcast and any other broadcast that we may have all week long. The Florida High School Athletic Association Network, in conjunction with Play On Sports. In the semifinals, Palmetto 5, Jupiter 4. I'm Kelly Neff.